Hello friends, and welcome back to the third and final part of reduced syllabus of grade 9 ICSE History Civics. I'm very happy with the response that I've received for the first two videos, and I'm very thankful to you for all your comments and likes on those videos. The modern age in Europe, that part was remaining, so we will cover that in this video. So in the modern age in Europe, you have three parts, A, B and C. You can see here: Renaissance, Reformation and Industrial Revolution. So we will start with the chapter on Renaissance first. Now if you see in your book, you have to always mark the syllabus as usual what we do. So in Renaissance, now as per the reduced syllabus, you have the definition of the term Renaissance, and under causes you do not have capture of Constantinople and decline of feudalism. It is cancelled. You will do new trade routes. You will not do spirit of inquiry, but you will do invention of the printing press. And then the impact of Renaissance. Impact means what was the effect. So effect on art, literature and science. And we will do the contribution of Leonardo da Vinci, William Shakespeare and Copernicus. Now very first thing in your book is the definition of the term Renaissance. So please mark it. The term Renaissance means rebirth or revival, and you can add it stands for a complex transitional movement in Europe between medieval and modern times, beginning in the 14th century in Italy and lasting into the 17th century. Till here you can mark as the meaning of Renaissance, because in your syllabus you have the meaning of or the definition of Renaissance to be done. Now under the causes, the capture of Constantinople is not there. Decline of feudalism is not there. And then we move on to new trade routes. New trade routes is in syllabus, so you will be doing it. Okay, so it is all the explorers who went into different parts of the world and discovered new trade routes. You will be doing that. And then you have the spirit of inquiry. Now, spirit of inquiry is not in syllabus, so you can cancel it. You can just strike it out. Role of original thinkers is not there. Crusades and development of science is not there. Okay, and then this part you can cancel, but what is in syllabus is invention of the printing press. So this is in syllabus. Who invented the printing press? You can also see a picture of the printing press, because sometimes you get picture study questions also. So you should be able to understand that this is a printing press, the original one, and it was invented by Johannes Gutenberg, and how it helped in developing the spirit of Renaissance and translating different books into different languages, and how it revolutionized the life of people. Now after doing this, you can mark it till here. Principles of Renaissance is not in syllabus. And then we come to this page. So all these things are not in syllabus. Glorification of human form, you can cancel. So whole of page, this page with beginning of Renaissance, nothing is there from this page, so you can just cancel it out. And then you have the impact of Renaissance, that is the effect of Renaissance. So effect of Renaissance was mainly seen in three fields, that is art, literature and science. Now the main heading is given in the book as art. So don't think only this part you have to do. When you do art, it's safe if you do painting also, art also, and then you have to do the contribution of the different people in different fields. So Leonardo da Vinci, as you have seen, Leonardo da Vinci is a part of the syllabus where we have to see what was his contribution. So we will do the contribution of Leonardo da Vinci He was a great painter, sculptor, musician, and scientist. And like this, you can highlight certain important terms which will serve as keywords in your answers. Okay, and then whole description about his life and development is given. But in case you cannot remember all of this, you can mark certain keywords. Now these are the keywords. He was a great painter, sculptor, musician, and scientist. He created thousands of pages of neatly drawn illustrations. And the main famous paintings of Leonardo da Vinci, that is Virgin of the Rocks, The Last Supper, and of course Mona Lisa. So this is a picture of The Last Supper. So Leonardo da Vinci's contribution, and then we are also doing Michelangelo is not given, so you can just leave it. You can cancel it, but Leonardo da Vinci you have to do. Raphael is also not in syllabus, so you can leave it. So you can just cancel them out. And then in the field of sculpture also is not there, so you can cancel this also. And then we come to literature. So in the field of literature, it is the contribution of William Shakespeare that we are going to do. So literature in Italy, you can cancel. Literature in England, you will do because you are talking about the contribution of Shakespeare. So here it is William Shakespeare. You will be doing this, his contribution. So his contribution is he wrote different types of plays, 154 sonnets, that is short poems of 14 lines, 2 long narrative poems, and a few other verses. So you can remember the kind of plays and poems that he wrote, and you can also remember for your keyword answers the names of certain plays of Shakespeare and certain famous comedies and tragedies that he wrote. So Romeo and Juliet, Midsummer Night's Dream, Twelfth Night, Othello, and Macbeth. And why it is important, what was his actual contribution, that is that he appeals to emotions and thoughts that are a part of eternal human nature, and therefore his plays have a universal appeal. That is his actual contribution to Renaissance, because Renaissance was all about human feelings, human body, human nature. So he talked about those emotions and thoughts in his plays. So this is the contribution of William Shakespeare. Then we have the field of science, and in the field of science you will be doing this, and you have the contribution of Nicolaus Copernicus. Okay, so what did he do? He formulated a model of the universe that placed the sun rather than the earth at the center of the universe. And then one very important thing given in the book is the heliocentric theory. Please mark it separately, and you can mark it as important, because there are bullet points given in the book. So usually when you have your 3 or 4 marks question, you can easily be asked what was the heliocentric theory proposed by Copernicus and what was it based on. Heliocentric theory itself is not given, but that is the basis, the principles of heliocentric theory are given, and all these 4 points you will do. Then you have other scientists that are mentioned here. I don't think they will ask you that, because it is mainly the contribution of Nicolaus Copernicus, and you will also have a look at his picture in case there is a picture study question. So this you can mark as not in syllabus. Then all these consequences of Renaissance, it's all not in syllabus. So that finishes your chapter on Renaissance. Okay, now we have the next chapter, that is Reformation. Reformation syllabus, we have the meaning of Reformation first. Okay, now in the book it is given as Reformation causes, it starts like that, but in the syllabus prescribed by the council they also have the meaning of Reformation in syllabus. So please mark the meaning. The Reformation is the name given to a group of religious movements of the 16th century launched by the Christians against the various drawbacks of the church and the objectionable practices of the clergymen. So this meaning you will do, meaning of Reformation as per the council syllabus. So maybe in a short 2 marks question they can ask you the meaning of Reformation. Then you start with the different causes for Reformation. So when you start with the different causes, as per the new syllabus, you have dissatisfaction with the practices of the Catholic Church. So this is a big heading given here, and under that there are certain sub points given. So when you do this heading, you will also do the sub points. So what were the features of the Catholic Church, the evil practices that Reformation was going against? So we have economic factors. This you will do, all the economic factors. Then you have corruption in the church. Yes, you will do that. What was the reason for corruption in the church? Rulers' resentment with the church. Even the rulers were not happy with the malpractices of the church. And you will give some examples like King Henry VIII of England. What did he do to get his, his kingdom away from the control of the church? So all these are there. And then you also have some movements against the church. So all these are sub parts. So you will do all these 4 sub parts, and also the 5th part, which is very important, that is the immediate cause of Renaissance. Immediate cause means what actually started, not the Renaissance, the Reformation. So that was the German Christian monk who is known as Martin Luther.